Guys, Dan Staten here with Elk Shape, and you are listening to the Mountain Dude Podcast.
Join us as we explore what shapes us.
When I wake up, I set goals, and I really want to achieve them just for myself.
Where we share stories of grit, determination, and the relentless pursuit of growth.
You better get your checkbook and your come along. Dirk killed an elk. He's like, what?
This is a space where backcountry hunting meets the deeper lessons of life.
Yeah. We'll just bring our Dora the Explorer backpacks. What are you going to carry in that?
You're not only going to be entertained.
My advice to young people that are going for it, by the way, is say yes. Say yes to everything.
But we're going to make you better.
I'm almost 50, so give me a break.
Oh, Nate, we start every episode with a prayer.
Oh, we need that. Yeah. That's great.
This is the Mountain Dude Podcast, where we climb higher together.
It's so cool how he can take what you have up in your head, right, and then create it. And it's everybody I've known that's worked with him, it's like he beats their expectation.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
And it's like, the thing about it, too, is Travis Harper is a believer.
Yep.
So he understands that side of it, and he's a hunter.
Right.
So, like, that idea that I have, he's able, like, I just give him creative freedom. Like,
yeah.
I told him, like, hey, here's kind of what I'm thinking. What do you think? And he came up with, like, making this giant eagle and having it grabbing the handcuff with the badge number, kind of pulling it away, depicting God pulling me from law enforcement. Like,
interesting. That's so cool, man.
It is cool.
That's awesome. Well, good.
It's been really fun.
Good.
Today's episode of the Mountain Dude Podcast is going to be really cool.
Hey. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, look at this. We're surrounded by all of this new product.
A lot going.
If you usually only listen to the audio version, you need to go to YouTube, because this is essentially the VIP access to all of the new products we are launching February 12th at the Western Hunt Expo.
Yeah, a lot going on. Can't wait to dive into it. This is like, in some cases, 3 years worth of work finally coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, excited to talk about it.
It's like a full peek behind the curtain. Not only are you going to get early access, like if you're a listener to the Mountain Dew Podcast, you are seeing this before anybody else sees it.
Yeah. I mean, we literally, this is the very first time we've talked about it publicly.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to physically see it in the video too. So listen, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into the nitty gritty of it. We'll talk about the reasons why we've done what we've done. The shop's been busy preparing.
Oh my gosh.
Getting all this stuff ready.
Yeah.
Like, it's been nuts.
Yeah. It was like 6:45 last night. And I'm like calling Natalie saying, honey, I can't leave just yet. That's how it always is a week before Expo, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good thing. And hey, Sheep Show was great, this year. It's the first time we'd been there, so that was awesome. And then, we do the Expo, then we got the Boise Show, and we're going to be back in Reno the same weekend as the Boise Show, where there's another one that we're doing there. And then we'll be over at Mile High in late March. So, yeah, we got a busy next couple months, man, but we love it.
Very busy show season.
Yeah.
What a blessing to be
it is.
busy, isn't it?
It is, man. It's so much.
It is. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, if I haven't got you excited by talking about all these products, you might want to stay tuned to the very end of the episode, because we're going to do something really cool. We may or may not be giving something away that nobody else has in their hands.
It's true.
This one is a little extra important.
Heck yeah.
So let's start this thing the right way, though. Joe,
Okay.
do you mind saying a prayer for us?
I'd love to. Dear Heavenly Father, I just ask that, Lord, that you just continue to guide and direct us in everything that we do, every step that we take. Lord, I also just ask, is there's a lot of people getting ready to start traveling. There's a lot of stress going on with companies preparing themselves for the expos, for all the shows, trying to put our best foot forward for the customers that we absolutely love and serve. And Lord, I just ask that you keep us centered. You keep us grounded in what's important through all of this. Lord, help us focus on the relationships, not on the profits. Lord, we love you and we thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. That was perfect. Thank you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just dive into this. There's a lot of really cool things out in front of us that I know nobody's seen.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to talk about them.
So you want to go big first? You want to go small first?
Let's go big.
Let's go big.
Go big or go home.
Doesn't go any bigger than a 100 liter duffel, right?
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome. It
is, man. That's been a passion project, for a lot of years. We've had it on the radar for many, many years because, there are good duffels out there, but we just felt like, there's so many features and innovations you can still bring into it. that as a backcountry style hunter or somebody that's traveling, to go on hunting expeditions, that really the current Duffels out there today just didn't check all the boxes. So when we set out on this journey, it was fun because we started sending prototypes all over the world. Literally, we went to Africa, they went to New Zealand, they went to Canada, Alaska. Obviously, we did here in the States as well, lower 48. So we really felt like, hey, man, we're going to put this through the ringer. And I would tell you, we ended up going through 6 rounds of prototypes, I think it was, to get it right. And you would think for a duffel, it's like, how hard can a duffel be? Well, people are pretty hard on them.
Extremely hard on them, especially one that size for what you're using it for.
Right. So we ultimately came back with designing 3 different sizes. And it's really, as you step back and you think about the active lifestyle of our customers, right? It's not just hunting. There's so many other things going on in people's lives where this is, a great product. It's a good fit. So the hunter leader certainly would be for an expedition style hunting, somebody that's going to be, going for multiple days, probably going on an airplane, or if they're, they're traveling by road, right? And they just want to put all their gear in one spot. The great thing about that is it's truly expedition size. And then the next size down is a 70 liter, which really, I think that'll become a real common size bag that's used, right? Not just for, travel, because it's certainly big enough if you're going for, 5 days, even probably upwards of 10 days. It's a great size. It's manageable. But then we start thinking about kids with sports, right? And that was one of the things we got feedback on. I was like, oh, I can throw, my kids, hockey gear in this, or I can throw their sports equipment in here, right? And it just gives them more functionality, it's a more diverse product. But then we also have the 40 liter, which is kind of like an everyday duffel that, people can, just carry those essential things around. It's great for traveling. It'll check in the overhead of the airplane. So we made sure that it was the right size. But all of the duffel bags, whether it's the 40 liter, the 70 liter, or the 100 liter, the structure is the same, right? We went through a rigorous testing of different materials to make sure, first and foremost, this thing has to be 100% waterproof, which they are. Now, I wouldn't say they're submergible, but they are 100% waterproof. We use waterproof zippers throughout. All of the material is waterproof, as far as the fabrics go. And we actually, the bottom layer is a tarpaulin. It's a stronger material. So we actually use 2 different materials in this. And we really wanted to test every single one of them, just literally like in real conditions, like drag this thing through the rocks, throw it on the boat, throw it on the plane, just beat the crud out of this. And
we'll do that.
And we did. And there was great feedback. One of the things that we learned with it was that duffels on the corners of the bottom, that's a real common wear point. And so we actually went back on every one of them and changed that design to where we reinforce that to make sure no matter what, that area is going to be protected. So I've never seen a duffel bag that's been reinforced like this thing here, right? So all of them, we put handles all the way around it. You figure if you're running a 100 liter or a 70 liter, I mean, you might have upwards over 100 pounds in that thing, right? And that 100 liter for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as you're handing that up to somebody that's maybe, in a float plane, or if you're handing that to somebody in the back of a truck, whatever, you want to make sure that it's an easy handoff and that people, don't hurt themselves doing it when you get that kind of weight out in front of you. So we got handles all the way around on all of them. The other thing that Chris, that was really cool about this design is, we as hunters, we as outdoorsmen, everything gets dirty, right? And it's always a battle trying to keep clean from dirty. So our end pockets actually will go the full length of the bag. So one end will go half, the other one will go half. So I can literally be stuffing it full of dirty clothes on one end and then keeping all my clean stuff separate on the inside. Or I can throw dirty boots in there. I can throw waders in there, depending on which bag you have. So it's just a good way to keep your stuff from getting wet or getting dirty that you're trying to keep clean on it. So yeah, man, it's some pretty cool features on it. It's funny, we worked with a group that actually goes around and sets up for forest fires. So they set up the camps. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they were telling us is like everybody in our group in the forest fire that are working on the forest fires that have duffels, they cut the handles off. And I'm like, why do they cut the handles off? He said, well, because when you're throwing them in and out of trucks and fire trucks and you're going, next thing you know, you got one that catches over here, another one catches over here. And he's like, it's just a pain. So we just decided, just cut the handles off. So we actually made these, every single one of them, whether it's the 40, the 70, or the 100, all of the handles are actually removable.
Interesting.
And you got to think about when you're traveling, right? On a plane, that's another common place where handles and stuff get caught. So handles are totally removable on this, which I love that feature. Appreciate those guys really driving that point as we're going through the research. But the other thing that we got a lot of feedback on is any one of these, based on their size, can be heavy. And you want to be able to kind of have your hands free. And duffels, if you're just carrying a duffel, that can get pretty heavy. So we actually have shoulder straps on all of our duffels that are removable, just like the handle. But you can actually put our shoulder straps either on the bottom of the duffel or on the top, just depending on how you want to run it. And I think, if you're out on a hunt and you get dropped off, right, when you do that, it's a great one right there. So as you kind of look at this here, right now we've got the shoulder straps on the bottom. And like I said, these are removable, so I can, through this lock system that we have up here, I can actually twist this and pull these off really quick. But as you think about it, hey, when you go set your duffel down, maybe you're setting it down in a muddy area or something like that, or at a campsite, you may not want your shoulder straps to be on the bottom because they're going to get wet, muddy if you're going in snow or ice. So these actually are removable, and I can take them off, and then I can put them up here on the top of the bag. So you see these spots here on both sides. That's where you would remove and add your shoulder straps to the top. So now when I set this on the ground, I don't have to worry about anything getting dirty. And it's one of the features that I really like about this pack is, I like to have the organization. I like to have the flexibility to remove the handles, and I like to be able to move the shoulder straps as well. And hey, you may not even want to run the shoulder straps. That's fine. We have these giant pockets on the side, these giant zips that are almost 90% as long as a duffel, that I can actually unzip it and I can put my shoulder pads in the sides here if I want to. The other thing that's pretty cool about the design, we kept consistent with our packs, right? All of our packs use the beaver tail, the U-shaped zipper. Well, we thought, why wouldn't you do that here as well? If you do a center zip, it's so hard to kind of figure out what and see what's
Especially
inside.
Once they get full.
Yeah, when they get full.
Anything or get to anything in a bag.
Yeah, so we decided, let's keep consistent and let's do the U-shape. It works really well on our packs. It's going to work great here. So we've got internal storage as well. You got, when you flip open that beaver tail, you've got a storage on the beaver tail itself, and then inside we've got pockets as well. So this thing's really built for not only just everyday stuff, but if you're traveling with it and you want organization, it's built into it as well. And that's really on all three of the bags, the exact same. Now, the one thing that we did do also on the
40.
That's the 40. Yeah, that's the 40. This is the 70, and you can obviously see the difference here. They start to get quite a bit bigger. These are the handles that I'm talking about, right? So I've got handles on the sides, but I've also got handles on these sides. So just depending on how I want to hand it up to somebody, I can do that. Yeah, lots of versatility with this. These are the ends that I was talking about here. You've got these big horseshoe zippers on the sides. Now, this is full of an airbag to fill this thing up, but this thing literally, this pocket will go half the distance of the bag. So I can be pushing my dirties in here, cleans over here. This side does the same. So, if you run out of room here, you can start coming from the other side. So, love that feature on these duffel bags. Just a lot of things that we just thought about as we went through it and designed it. The 100-liter, needless to say, is this behemoth here.
We're going to have gear everywhere.
Oh, man. So, this is the 100-liter. It's a massive bag.
It's huge. I'm going to grab that 70 and show these 7.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's a giant, right?
Look at the difference in those.
So if you're going on expedition, right, where you just need, to put a ton of gear in something. And the other thing, that when we designed these from a stitch pattern, we made sure that no matter what weight you put in here, everything's going to hold.
Yeah.
Right? We went as far as even on the handles, the padding here. We went through 3 different renditions of what this padding was going to be. Because if you got 100 pounds in here, 75 pounds, and it's just like basically webbing, it just cuts into you.
Absolutely.
So these handles are heavy, heavy, heavy duty handles with a lot of padding in it. So, we're excited about the duffel bags. We're going to launch this at the expo here just in a week.
Yep.
And
February 12th.
February 12th.
And that's going to be called the Sawtooth Duffel, correct?
Yep. Sawtooth Duffel. It's in 3 sizes: the 40, the 70, and the 100. The 40 liter is going to retail for $199. The 70 liter is going to retail for $249, and then the 100 liter is going to retail for $299. So really, all 3 of these serve a very good purpose. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if a lot of people aren't buying 2 or 3 of them.
It makes sense. They all have a different application, but they're also versatile too.
Yeah.
Like we just talked about using like that 40. That's going to be my gym bag.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh man, doing CrossFit or something like that, it's perfect.
Exactly. Multiple shoes can fit in there. I can keep all my dirty clothes in that under pouch.
Yep.
Like it's perfect for that.
Yeah.
To just throw all my gym stuff out and travel with it, it's extremely convenient.
Yeah. I think I'll be doing the same because I've been testing, for a long time, the different sizes, and I use that one at the gym, but I also use it going to the range. Yeah. It's perfect for throwing in, what I'm going to go take out there. There's so many uses for a good duffel. There is. Not many for bad, but for good duffels.
That's the other problem is TSA and airlines, they're so hard on duffel bags.
Yeah.
I've gone away from using them.
Yeah.
But look at your suitcases. They just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So a high quality duffel, which these have been put through the ringer on some of those trips, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be very useful for the customer.
We're excited about it, man. And, excited to get it in our customers' hands. I think, we always want to bring innovation to everything. Yep. And, even as something as, quote, simple as a duffel bag, you can bring innovation that, is really well thought out. That our customers are going to be like, you know what, man, I really appreciate that they did that. And hopefully that's how they feel about these 3 sizes. Yeah. So we're excited to get them out.
Excited to get the feedback. And these will be live. All of this will be live the 12th. So as soon as we're at the expo, pre-sales are live. Another thing that I know is happening during the pre-sale is if you order, shipping's going to be free.
That's right.
Only during pre-sale.
Right.
So take advantage of that because once we start shipping things, it's probably going to be, March? First part of March?
First part of March. Yeah, so I'd say 2nd, 3rd week of March is when we anticipate we'll start shipping everything out. Yep. So it just.
So you got a couple weeks.
Got a couple weeks
to get free shipping on the new products, where you can take advantage of that before we start shipping things out.
Yeah,
then that'll change.
Absolutely.
So now's the time.
Now is the time, and I would say, guys, too, just based on that, based on some of our other recent product launches. Now I feel like we're in a really good inventory position. We went really heavy, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of this stuff doesn't sell out pretty quick.
I think it's going to happen.
You try to plan, but there gets to a point where it's like you just can't foresee some things. And all the folks that have been involved with the testing on the duffel bags have just been like, yeah, I want all 3.
Yeah.
Literally, so yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
They'll have use.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the new duffels.
Yeah. Sawtooth Duffel. Want to move to the Scout now?
Yeah, let me move to the Scout. I'm going to move this back too real quick.
Perfect. Gear everywhere. I love it. This makes me so happy.
So this, honestly, Chris, I think because of the versatility of this Scout, I could foresee this be our number 1 SKU in a pack as far as quantities. Yeah. It's priced right for certain. It's only at $229.95. It hits a price point for people that want to get into an Initial Ascent system that maybe, hey, granted, our pack systems, there's a lot of value in them, right? So they're not cheap. But this here, for somebody that's just looking for a small day pack, this is 1,100 cubic inches. It's got a dedicated water bladder on the backside. Then you got your big pocket on the inside. But then you also have the pocket on the outside, the stretch pocket. This is perfect, right? I think about, like, my wife, she's not a hunter, but she loves to hike. Yeah. And it's all day hikes with her girlfriends, or with me. This is perfect, right? Because that's one of the things that I've heard over the years from my wife and other folks that aren't hunters, that they just want to go out and maybe they're just going to go enjoy Idaho. Well, then it's like, I don't want a frame pack per se. I want something that's just a little bit more flexible, lighter. This is the perfect option for them. Yep. But then I think about, too, like when you and I are out doing early season just scouting, we're not into the throes of the hunt. Yep. Just strictly going out for the day. Man, for grab and go to go run on the mountain with some optics and a tripod.
Oh, yeah. And this is going to fit like the tack roll.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's exactly what I see the Scout being used so well for, is all these 3D archery shoots. It's perfect.
It is.
It really is. Like, everything design-wise, it's going to fit that niche really well.
Yeah, and one of the cool designs on this here, and I absolutely love it. It's genius. Dennis came up with a really cool concept on the hip belt. It's actually removable. And it's adjustable. So this here, you've got our lumbar pad, and it uses our same non-slip. We use the same foam throughout. It's a little thinner because you're not carrying heavy loads with this. But I can actually take this entire hip belt off and just run it as more of a traditional, kind of over-the-shoulder bag. Yeah. Which, for me, if there's not much weight in it, I may not want to run the belt, know? Now, if I'm running my optics and things like that, I probably will keep the belt on it. Yep. But you got total flexibility to do it however you want to do it. Yep. And I think that is going to be a brilliant aspect of this, because it just allows us to serve such a wide market of folks. Because this thing goes down all the way to, I think, like a 20-inch waist, if I remember right, up to a 40. Exactly. So it pretty much covers the whole gamut. But then we've also got, really nice padding on the backside here, as well as this is more of like padding you would see on a traditional framed pack, right? And that's one of the things is, we know our customers, I think, pretty well. They always tend to carry a little bit more. So,
don't we all?
Yep. So we wanted to make sure that the padding was sufficient. And I think what you're going to find out is this is actually the same padding we put in our shoulder straps. It's a little bit thinner, but it's the same padding itself. So the other thing I love about it is you can see here, it's got a giant handle, which, if I'm up in a tree stand or something like that, I want to be able to just hang this on a branch. I don't want to have to find a branch that's, half a centimeter thick. Yep. I want to be able to find something that can hold it. So I love that feature. And plus, if I got my gloves on or thing like that, I hate taking them off to grab the handle. Yeah. So it's a nice big handle that we put on it. And then we actually, on all of these here, we went away from the paracord and we went to a finger pull. I think it just looks better. But two, I like the fact that with this here, I can just quickly grab it, where I felt sometimes with the paracord that would come untied or things like that. With this here, you don't have to worry about it. So I think that's a really nice look on it. And then you got your compression strap on the outside here. So, overall, 2 different colorways. It's going to be in the coyote, and then you got that one there, which is the olive. And you can see that one's got a little bit more stuff in it. This one's more compact right now. They're the same bags. Nice pockets on the sides. You can throw water bottles on the side, and then you got a nice pocket up top, at a center zip up here for, if you want to put your keys or whatever you want to put up top. So this is, I'm telling you right now, I am ecstatic about this product.
Me too. And the cool thing too is, with the entire pack system that's been developed, that you guys have developed, we've always focused on customizable fit too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
We're able to do that with the adjustable hip belt, but also our shoulder straps. What you did with the Scout was genius, because most of these smaller packs, you've got a one-size-fits-all, and that's not applicable, right? But we're able to customize and get so much movement out of these along with the hip belt. We're still getting a customizable fit in this style of bag.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm glad you bring that up, because for folks that are watching, you can see here, we can actually move the shoulder straps up and down just like we can on our frame. And to Chris's point, you don't see that in a bag, one, at this price point, but two, that's not a framed pack. Yeah. So, more ingenuity that was kind of brought into this as well. as it was designed.
Absolutely. Well, and you're going to get a lot of the things that you get with a standard pack system too. We're still able to attach weapons. If if you still want to carry it, go really light with this smaller pack setup, we still have weapon attachments. You're still able to put a cub on it if you want to.
100%.
Like it's all in this essentially condensed version with a ton of ingenuity.
This
is going to be. I think you might be right. This might be the number one SKU coming off the shelf.
I wouldn't be surprised, because I also think about too, and I kind of flash back to when my kids were getting into hunting, and one, we just, Initial Ascent wasn't around. I'm quite a bit older now.
Seasoned.
Yeah, there you go. I'm seasoned. But man, I would love to have had something like this for my boys coming up, because they want to feel like they're a part of it, right?
Absolutely.
And I just think it's so fun to watch, younger kids when they can put something on that fits them, and it's not, dragging and hitting the back of their knees because it's dad's old pack, right? Something like this is perfect for kids coming up where, hey, you could put neck meat, you could put rib meat. I mean, you could put, tenderloins, back straps in something like this, and let the kids be a part of the pack out as well, without really having to go invest in a full frame pack system, right? So
the growth of kids, because it happens so fast.
Oh, it does.
I know people have been doing this since we've launched the EDC, because I do this with
Kai.
I've showed you pictures with my 3.5-year-old carrying around the EDC, and that's just not what that was designed for.
Right.
Now you actually get an application for that.
Yeah.
A kid can grow with this. 3.5 years old, Kai's running around with his EDC. That's his backpack. And if we go hunting, and he's already been a part of a cow elk being killed, and of course he wants to use the EDC to pack it. Now there's actually an applicable application. Like, I think this is going to be huge for kids.
That's a very good point. It is amazing, some of the pictures I've seen come in from folks using the EDC really for applications that this is really designed for. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That's a good point.
It's going to be big, and there's so many cool features. I mean, we've touched on so much with it. I think it's going to be very popular.
I do, and the colorways, I love them because, it gives you total flexibility. Well, one, I would say for those that aren't hunters that just want something kind of more of a fashion color. The feedback we've gotten on the color combos are great. Where you do the gray with the olive or the gray with the coyote. But then, too, if you're a hunter, it doesn't really matter. If you're hunting in timber, great, you got it covered. If you're hunting in sage, you got it covered. Yep. Or if you're scouting, those things. So I think people are going to really enjoy it. We've also changed the spacer mesh on it, and it's actually got more cushion on it as well. It follows the same type of mesh pattern that we did on the black and tan EDC, and we've gotten really good feedback on all the testing and so forth on it. So all the way around, man, this will launch at Expo. Yep. We'll start shipping this about the same time as the Duffels, in the middle of March. And, can't wait for folks to get this on their backs and in their hands. I think they're absolutely going to love them.
Yeah, man, it's the perfect time. You can get out, start setting cams, looking for sheds, whatever it may be, starting the scouting.
Yep.
Early, and we already mentioned it, but that is the name of the pack, the Scout.
Yeah.
For that exact reason.
It fits it well.
It does.
So, cool. So, we've got that coming. Since we're talking about the EDC, you care if I hit on a couple things there?
No, let's do it.
So one of the things I love about our customers is they're brutally honest, right?
Yes.
And I think, there are those companies that kind of stick their head in the sand and don't listen to their customers, and that's such a mistake. When we launched the EDC, which has now been probably a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we launched it with the gray EDC, and it did really, really well. People absolutely loved the design, of the U-shaped zipper. I don't have the gray one here, but I've got the black and tan. But people love the zipper design because it allows you to open it up. They love it's compact, but it's still got tons of room, way more room than you realize, right? So, but the gray one, people gave us some feedback. It's like, well, hey, man, we're hunters. We like Nalgene's. We like GSIs. Why'd you build it around a water bottle, your water bottle pocket? So we went back and redesigned it when we launched the black and tan, and we put the stretch pocket. So I can put a GSI. I can put a Nalgene over here now. Right. The original gray one, you couldn't do that. Well, the new gray one that's coming out, which is also going to launch, here in the next couple weeks, does have the new stretch pocket on the gray, which I'm super excited about that. The other thing that we got good feedback from folks on was, hey, we really would like a little bit more structure. We had structure in the original gray, but folks came back and said, hey, we like a little bit more. So we actually put more structure around this thing so that you can see it maintains this shape. I've been rocking this thing for probably 6 months, and it maintains its shape. So we implemented that as well on the gray. And then the finger pulls, no differently than I just talked about on the Scout. You're going to see this on the EDC as well, just like we did on the black and tan. We're going to do that on the gray. Last thing I'll say on the EDC gray that's coming out is the spacer mesh that you see here, which is what was on the Scout that we just walked through as well. This will be the same on the new gray EDC. We'll have this type, and it'll be in a black, but it'll look super sharp. So lots of cool things going on there. Those will be in, like I said, here in the next couple weeks. And
if I'm wrong, did we add padding to the laptop?
We did
as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, good catch. Yeah. And that was something from the get go with the EDC. I think I've told that story numerous times. As my last MacBook Pro, I had a different EDC, and when I set it down, I didn't set it down hard. I was at the airport, and then I go to open it up, and it didn't work. And come to find out, I cracked it. But I didn't set it down hard. Well, then I got to looking at that thing. There was no foam, literally no foam in the bottom of that. So, when we designed this, we wanted to make sure that we protected the computers and, all of the electronics. I think folks are going to be really happy with it, man, the changes and the upgrades to it.
It's the small things that make such a difference, too, and the ability to be able to respond to feedback.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and that's such good feedback because we want to make the best product for our customers. Yeah. And, hey, if something's not right, tell us. Yep. Dennis and I listen. And, I think that's just going to continue to be kind of the corner or the backbone of who we are as a company.
Yeah. Well, and it's everything that we've mentioned or have talked about in the past is all stuff that we use on a daily basis and what we use when we're hunting. So that feedback's important because we're going to run all of this.
Right. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So it's
100%.
It's super important that we do continue to get feedback. It's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. That kind of hits most of our features on, or kind of the bigger ticket items, I think. Did we miss anything else, Joe? I don't think so. We're on to accessories now, yeah?
We are on to accessories now. I think that'll work for now. We do have a lot of other stuff in the works, but
tons of others that are.
That's a little further down the road that we're not going to get into just yet.
You're gonna want to stay tuned because some of those are really cool.
Absolutely.
And who knows? Maybe we'll launch them on the Mountain Dude podcast. So you better keep listening.
Heck yeah.
We can. Yeah. Let's start with the existing with the hip belt pouch. How's that sound to you, Joe?
Yeah. So our hip belt pouches. You guys love these things. I mean, awesome. They just fly off the table. The way we've designed this to be universal, with the reverse MOLLE system on the back has just been fantastic. But one of the things that we've seen just over the years is like, hey, it's always nice to have storage, quick access to a couple more rounds, right? I see some folks, they'll keep a couple extra rounds on their rifle, or they'll have, a full length bullet holder that they'll put on the stock. But we thought about, well, why not put it inside our hip belt pouches, right? So if you guys can see, there's a strip of Velcro inside here. This would be the loop side that's inside here. And that way, so we wouldn't do hook in here because it would catch on stuff. Yep. So it's the loop. It's super smooth. So if you're not doing a bullet holder or anything on here, you're never going to know it's there. But it is. It's attached on the inside. But then we came up with this really cool design just of our Initial Ascent bullet holder. It holds three cartridges, which fits perfectly right in here, and it'll just Velcro in there, right? Now, and this works with the regular hip belt pouch and the large, so either or it'll fit on there. Right. If somebody's got another product that has a Velcro strip, it'll work just fine with it. Yeah, it's universal. So it will come with a piece of Velcro here, another piece of loop that's adhesive. And the reason why we did that is we thought, you know what, where else would be a creative place to carry another 3 rounds, right? Just so you had, again, quick access to it.
Yep.
So this is definitely a little out-of-box thinking. But if you look right above our lumbar pad, right? And I'm going to move this mic a little bit. But if you look right above the lumbar pad, you've got this dead space on the frame.
Yep.
You see that?
Yep.
Right here. Well, we thought, well, why not just simply put the bullet holder right there?
Yep.
You know, that way I can just reach back there and I've got access to 3 cartridges. It's out of the way, but quick access, right? And it just stays back here.
I've been running this, a prototype of this for a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay.
And it's been back there. It's so unnoticeable. Literally on archery hunts, I forget to take it off.
Yeah.
So like I've got 3 rounds with me almost all the time because you don't notice it.
Right.
Ever. And it is so convenient being right there. Like I've literally set up 4 shots, been in position where I was expecting animals to come out, taking my pack off, and I literally will set my pack right next to me because it's easily accessible right there. I don't have to open another pouch. Like I can just go right to it.
Yeah.
The ingenuity behind that was awesome.
Yeah, it's a perfect place, and we use the same adhesive hook and loop that we do with our shoulder straps.
Yep.
So once you put this thing on there, that strip, you know, the piece itself will come on and off, but you just attach this strap, this piece right there. This goes right on it, and you're good to go. So, hey, I think this is a fun product. You know, we were excited to be able to do it again. Anything that we come out with, even something as simple as a cartridge holder, bullet holder, we still wanted to bring some innovation to it,
Absolutely.
right? And so I think being able to put it here on the frame, being able to put it in the hip belt pouches, you know, just gives a little bit more flexibility and, you know, different ways to use it.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So that's another product that's coming out that we're excited about. So we've got a couple more accessories. Now, I don't have them here. They're in high demand, our samples, but we can certainly talk about them.
Yeah.
So, and we will be showcasing, hopefully, them at the expo. If not, we're going to have them real shortly thereafter. But, Chris, if you can hold that cub up. This has become one of our favorite accessories.
It's mine.
Is it?
By far.
Yeah.
This is like the do everything always.
Yeah.
I always have it.
Goes with you no matter what, right?
No matter what.
Yeah. And it, you know, even like the Scout, you pointed that out earlier. You know, this thing can attach to the Scout. I mean, technically, you could probably attach it to an EDC if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. You know, by the different types of buckles that we use there, and the gatekeepers. But one of the things that we've been thinking about is like this is always on the back of our packs. And safety is always something top of mind for us, right? When we're out in the backcountry, you know, so we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to put our customers in the best spot visibly when they need to be. Mm-hmm. So we came up with the thought of why not make this cub in Hunter's Orange? And I tell you, man, it's a game changer because that's a big chunk of orange on your back there. Yeah. And you're going to use that. That's where it's going to be. It's going to be on your back 99% of the time. So we will be launching this in the Hunter's Orange, and we just couldn't be more excited about that.
I'm so excited about it. Like even the safety flap, I'm always running it over my EDC essentially because I literally there isn't a time that I don't have the EDC on that I can think of.
Yeah, or the cub on.
Or sorry, the cub. Yeah, I'm running it over the top of my cub all the time.
Right.
Just because the cub's always attached to my pack.
Yeah.
I've always got. That's I like to keep my glassing clothes is what I call them essentially. In there. It's like I've always got my puffies. Even if I go to day mode, EDC goes with it.
Oh, dude, I take this thing. That's actually my favorite application for it is on my day pack. If I'm running it like that and then just throwing that on there because it just gives you the perfect amount of storage for a day hunt.
It does.
You know? So, yeah, we're excited to launch that. You know, we will have a limited run on those, so I know that's going to go really, really quick.
Yeah, that one will definitely sell out.
I know, yeah.
It'll be fast.
I know, I was thinking we probably should have brought in more of those, but we can always get some more. But, yeah, out of the gate, I think that's going to be a home run with folks. Yeah. And so, yeah, we're excited about that. The other thing that we're going to be launching as well in the accessory side, you know, is this shoulder pouch that is fantastic for maybe you want to put your headlamp in it, or maybe you want to put your GPS in it, maybe a tourniquet, things like that, that you want quick access to. It's very versatile, and it weighs absolutely nothing, but it'll just attach to your shoulder straps. It's universal. And it's just another nice little accessory to kind of complete the ecosystem, right? As you think about all the stuff that you want on your pack, is how we were thinking about it. And, it does have stretch on the side. So if you got something a little bit bigger, it's got some room to give. You got some give and take in it. And then it's got a nice clasp that kind of comes down, holds it down with a bungee stretch on it. So you get quick access to it if you want it. But I know like Dennis, he runs his headlamp in it. That's become his favorite location for that. I think for me, the tourniquet will definitely be in there. Yeah. Because I run the tourniquet on my binos now. Yep. I don't know. I just think once I put this on my pack, it will never come off.
No, I don't think it will. It's so discreet too. Yeah. The design of it. It's not big. It's the perfect size in my opinion. So it's you don't notice it. Similar to where the ammo holder, you can attach it. Like it doesn't ever get in the way.
Right.
It's not something that I've ever thought about. The other thing I've used it for is for my Zoleo.
Yeah, perfect.
And even now that we're Starlink, T-Mobile, like
right.
I don't use my Zoleo, but I still keep it at the lowest plan just for CYA. Say there's some issues with satellites or Starlink. Right. I don't know. It's just I'm probably packing a fear to be honest, but
it's a fail safe.
Exactly.
Just like 2 tourniquets.
Yeah. So I always keep it in that pouch for that example, just because I know I always have it. So it's got many uses. It
does. Yeah. So I think it's back to just all of these accessories. I think for us, it's just continue to really look at that ecosystem, say, how do we make this better? Always bring innovation to it. Yeah. We listen to the customers. We got a lot of feedback from customers on things, and we're constantly taking that to design new stuff. Hopefully everybody's going to be super excited about everything that we got coming out. Like I said, this is probably outside of our original launch in 2018 as far as number of new products coming to market at one time. This is our biggest. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think everybody's going to be pretty stoked about it.
I think so, too. It's going to hit multiple different areas of use.
Yep.
It is. I'm really excited about it. Well, all this stuff's going to launch. People will probably listen to this podcast on the drive down to the expo. And speaking of the expo, Thursday, February 12th, it'll kick off. This podcast is coming out the 10th. Mm-hmm. So listen to and then watch when you get down there so that you can see these things before everybody else.
Yep.
But come say hi to us. We've got our own booth. Well, you got the booth number handy?
Yep. We're 5255. We're in the same spot that we've been last couple of years. So back there by Mountain Ops, Peaks, that whole area, we're still back in there.
Yeah. Busy over there.
Can't wait to see the folks.
I'm so excited. I'm excited to see people that I don't always get to see.
Yeah.
So. And I'm going to be recording the Mountain Dude podcast Thursday and Sunday. And Brian Gritty will be recording shows on Fridays and Saturdays. So
and I would say, folks, come by the booth, man. Come meet Brian. We typically have a lot of different folks that are bigger names in the industry hanging out at the booth. We're there for the customers, right? So don't be bashful, don't be shy. Come over, introduce yourself to us. We can't wait to see you. Come check out all the new product. We're going to have, as you would imagine, all of our weighted packs for people to try on. We'll have lots of packs for the ladies to try on as well. That's always been a big success for us there, is because there's not many women packs out there that truly fit women. So we'll have packs there for the ladies. And then all of the new accessories, all the new products.
You're going to be there, right? You're going to have everything except for maybe the shoulder pouch.
Well, I'm going to say another prayer too that we've got everything.
Hey, okay.
So we're gonna be optimistic and say we're gonna have everything.
I like it. So if you've seen them on the YouTube now, you can actually come put your hands on them.
Yep.
For the pre-order.
Yep, that's the plan.
I love it.
I hope I don't eat that, but I know we're going to for sure have the Scouts there. So, I've already got those here. I've got my samples on the Duffels, a couple of the accessory items. It's amazing how things get lost with freight.
Yeah.
I've got 3 different claims filed right now trying to track stuff down.
Goodness.
But
what a headache.
It'll all work out. Back to my prayer earlier. It's all going to work out.
It always does. It always does. It'll come full circle.
Yep.
So yeah, just a reminder, we'll be at the show. If you're not at the show, you can still go onto the website. You can still get on the pre-sale and order all the things that we've talked about today.
Yep.
But especially if you're at the show, come by and say hi.
Yeah.
Like that's literally been my favorite part of doing the podcast already is the amount of messages, people just stopping and saying hi that are listening. Like, it is so cool. So it's pretty incredible.
It
I
is.
literally had Dennis call me. I was at work at Dirt Bros, working on a septic system, and we had a listener that stopped by. He's going to be on the podcast. I'm going to tell you guys that now. Yeah, I got to have him on. Incredible story. He's lost an insane amount of weight. Dude is just working so hard. He stopped by the booth to say hi. I obviously wasn't at Cheap Show. I was at work, and he definitely FaceTimed me over.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
It was incredible. So it's cool. Come by, say hi. Brian will be there. We'll have lots of really cool people there. Come say hi to the team. And I guess we'll get to it. We are going to do a giveaway. So we've talked about all of these products that are launching. I told you my favorite accessory of all time is the Cub. And what do you say we give away a Hunter Orange?
Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. Love it. That's a great idea.
One listener of the show, what you have to do to get entered is you need to go onto the podcast and you have to leave a 5-star review with a comment. That's what the algorithm wants. That's what helps push the show. Obviously, we want the show to be pushed so we can talk to more people, get more valuable feedback on things. So go to the show, leave a 5-star review and a comment, and at the end of February, I am going to pick a winner based off of those comments. And I am going to ship you a Hunter Orange Cub. My favorite accessory. You're going to get one for free. You're going to be one of the first people to get one and get their hands on them. And I will pick that winner. Let's see. So if I close it at the end of February, it's going to launch. So March 3rd, that podcast, I'll announce who you are. And as soon as we get them in, we will. You can email us, and I'll get you one sent out.
Man, one lucky customer.
One lucky customer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're going to love it.
Yep. Well, we'll see you guys at the show. And if not, God bless.
Sounds good.
Until next time, keep your eyes on the summit. This is the Mountain Dude Podcast, signing off.